Our lives will never be the same. Ever. We went from perfect one day to tragedy the next. 22 days ago, our world was turned upside down.
July 2nd, our son, Jameson, turned 6 months old. We spent the day together just like any other day. We went to the pool. He actually swam in the water for the first time without crying. We came home and had a bath.
Played with him in the garage.
Played with him outside. And that evening, I had to work.
I put him to bed around 10:30. He fell asleep just like he always did. And I woke up in the morning to a lifeless Jameson.
I came home from work the next morning to a nightmare that was unfolding in my home. We lost our little boy on July 3rd, and since then nothing's been the same.
Every day gets harder.
Every day is harder as reality sets in.
The day that we buried Jameson, I've been to funerals, but I've never seen such small of a hole that they dug. You can't describe the pain of losing a son or a daughter.
That loss of a future. All the plans you have for him. All the things you wonder every day. Would his teeth have broke through yet? Would he be crawling? What would he look like? What would he act like? What would his first words be? They'll all be a question mark forever.
I'll never forget the day. Well, the next morning, Gabby was having some thoughts that every normal parent would. She wanted to be with her son. She didn't want to be here. She wasn't suicidal. She just didn't want to be here.
Because I want to be with my baby.
She was brought down to a local hospital. That she was, you could say, locked up.
On suicide.
Suicide watch in an empty white room. Nothing to look at, nothing to keep her mind off of what had just happened the day before burying her son. She was on the phone with me crying. One of the patients went up to the nursing station and said, "Someone better help that girl because she's going to have a heart attack."
I was left alone by myself to think about what had just happened over and over again, to replay that horrible scene that unfolded in front of my eyes on July 3rd over and over and over again. I don't want anyone to go through what I had to go through. I buried my son, my 6-month-old son, and that alone was enough. But then to be taken away from my family, from the one other person that knew what I was going through, it was too much. And I don't want anyone else to have to go through that, to feel the way that I did, to feel so empty and so lost and scared and alone. It's the last thing that anyone needs after they've just gone through the absolute worst thing that can happen to them in their entire life.
She needed a tranquil place, not a place that she wasn't going to get help. As low as we both were in life at that time, and still are, I'm proud of Gabby for thinking of something that, a place that she want to be at, a place that any grieving parent would want to be at.
I want the Jameson House to be a comfortable place, an escape from your home that's filled with the memories of your child.
It would be filled with flowers and piano music in the background, some walking paths, some benches to sit on, some people to talk to, some therapists, some psychologists, some psychiatrists, some place where parents could feel that they were welcome.
It would be very much patient-centered on what they need, because nobody grieves the same.
And Gabby, being a nurse herself, a registered nurse, she knows the compassion that needs to go into a facility like the Jameson House. There's no other house in the area that would provide the care and the comfort and the stability that people need after they lose a child. Because the last thing in this world that you would wish on anybody is to lose a child and have to bury a child.
Your whole world stops. It completely stops. And then after the funeral, people go back to work. People go back to their families. But our world is still at a standstill.
Stopped.
We're still trying to figure out how to deal with this. How to be part of the world again.
How to function.
And the Jameson House would provide a place for parents to go while they figure that out.
For free. A single mom without insurance. It'd be free. There's a lot of pain, sweetheart.
We're looking for a way to fix the pain. But the problem with this grade of pain is you can't fix it. You just have to learn to carry it. And the Jameson House will provide the resources to teach people how to carry this pain with them. How to live on a day-to-day basis.
How to cope. How to cope.
How to find a new normal. Not to fix it, not to get over it, but to find a new normal.